Hi there, this is John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. Welcome to the program, the YouTube channel where we share ideas relating to commercial real estate brokerage around the world. The website to contact us is commercial-realestate-training.com, and at that website you can get plenty of tips, tools and ideas relating to commercial real estate brokerage. We're there to help you, to give you ideas relating to your business, your activities, your brokerage activities. And so in today's program, we like to cover off on one particular topic. And this topic is all about cold calling and how you can remove the cold call reluctance problem that so many people struggle with. Indeed, if you can get rid of that problem, you will find that you can grow your business quite successfully using the telephone as one of the major tools in your prospecting activities. You'll learn about how you can grow your business using the telephone as a special part of your activities every day in growing your business. So it's time to grab a coffee, get a notebook, and come back and listen to the program. So there will be plenty of ideas here, things for you to review, to action, and to change in your real estate business. Here's the video show, and I'll catch you at the other end. Conquering cold call reluctance. It's one of those problems that many people struggle with. They simply don't want to make the calls, or they find reasons to avoid the process. That, of course, then impacts their real estate business over time, and that's a bad thing. So, making the calls is a new skill, and this particular video show will help you understand the value of making calls to people that you haven't spoken to before, and how you can do that professionally. So let's have a look at the ideas. Call reluctance. What's the issues here? In commercial real estate, call reluctance can be a big problem for you, as it is for many others, in holding you back your progress as an agent or a broker in finding new listings, new clients, and new opportunities. To deal with that, cold calling and telephone prospecting involves a disciplined and systemized approach. Put some system into what you do as far as making your calls every day, and soon you'll break through some barriers. So let's help with that. Don't be held back. Don't hold yourself back. Be prepared to learn. In the early stages of cold calling, you will always have some frustrations to deal with, some new skills to learn, and factors of rejection from the people that you talk to. So within those things, understand this. It is a new skill. It does take some learning. It's a bit like driving a car. You have to learn how to do it well. Soon, your skills take over and it's no longer a problem. But initially, you have to learn how to make calls to people that you haven't spoken to before, and to do that professionally. And of course, some people won't have a need or an interest in your real estate activities or your real estate offerings, and that is just fine. Then you move on. So don't let these things hold you back. Get your business under control and grow your business easily using the telephone as a tool in your real estate skills, your real estate activities every day. Learn the skills of prospecting and cold calling. You can and will find new clients to serve in this way. So let's go a bit further. Don't let rejection stop you or frustrate you. When you first start making lots of calls, all your best intentions and actions will be frustrated by people that don't want to talk to you, with you, or don't want to meet with you. As I said earlier, that's fine. That is the nature of the process. So you make more calls rather than stop. Some people have other issues on. They don't really want to get involved with you or commercial real estate or your particular issues relating to commercial real estate. Understand that everybody has their own priorities and pressures. They are not your priority and pressures. So just change what you're doing. Understand that people can say no, and then you move on through that. There are plenty of people to call. That rejection should not be a hindrance to your progress or your momentum. Learn the skills to make more calls and practice your scripts and dialogues. So that's something that you do every day before you get to work. Practice your dialogue, practice your skills, practice your conversation across the telephone. You can do that yourself without involving anybody else. And you can do that at home before you get to the office, so that you are prepared for the unique skills of making cold calls to new people. Let's look at it a bit further. Conversations improve skills. How is that? You are ready to make the calls and talk to a lot of people. Readiness involves research. Be prepared to research the people you're going to talk to and do that the night before so you're not wasting your time when you get to the office. Be prepared for the rejection to occur and focus on creating conversations. A conversation is all that you want. A no is okay, a yes is okay, or you can move on, but create conversations. Conversations will lead you to the valuable information about the needs or the interests of the client or the prospect relative to commercial real estate. Your conversation should simply crack through that simple barrier. Do they have a need? Do they have an interest? The conversational approach to cold calling allows you to build rapport in a non-threatening way. Be professional. That's how top agents make lots of calls. And that should be your basis of approaching new people in that way. So let's look at strategy number 1. At the very start of the calling process, feel comfortable with contacting people that you have not spoken to before. All you're doing is creating a conversation. You only want 2 or 3 sentences to start the conversation. From there on through, it is a conversation and it simply flows through different directions based on what the other person says to you and what you say to them. To help you get started, create a simple script to start and support relevant conversation. That script is 2 or 3 sentences, no more than that. Remember that this is not a pitch for new business, but rather a conversation to create and understand the client and their property needs. Be prepared for the variations of that conversation across sales, leasing and property management, the topics, the requirements, the issues. Just converse, ask questions, provide comments, provide value, be relevant. Strategy number 2. Practice will help you fast track the results and the confidence that you need in making lots of calls. I said to you earlier that you can practice at home before you get to the office. That's a good thing. Devote 30 minutes a day to practicing your simple opening script. Confidence will develop in this way. That practice can occur when you first arise before you leave for the office. So over time, perhaps over 2 or 3 weeks, your skills will grow. Your conversational ability in making cold calls will also grow with that. And soon you'll see that you're getting more meetings, better conversations, and you're connecting with more people professionally. And that's what you want. Strategy number 3. Confidence, call confidence, is the key to a good conversation. That's you talking about certain things relative to property locally. And don't forget, if the person says no, then that's fine. You're only conversing. That's all it is. Local property market information will help you in that conversation. So maybe you have something you can send on an email relating to sales, leasing, property management, prices, rents, supply, demand, property issues locally. You can build cold call confidence quite easily by using a telephone headset and standing up while you're making the calls. That is an amazing advantage when you're making calls. Simply get a headset, a Bluetooth headset, connect it to your mobile telephone, and then stand up while you're making your calls. It's an amazing positive advantage to connect with people across the telephone. Your voice changes, your brain thinks more successfully when it comes to the conversation, and you can create more meetings from that single process. Stand up behind your desk and continue that strategy through all of your calls. Only sit down for brief periods of time. Be prepared to talk, converse, standing up. Now, this simple strategy puts tonality into your voice, confidence in the conversation, and helps you with your dialogue. It flows. That's what you want. In the process, you're less defensive when you're standing up and more conversational. That's what you want. That then leads to a better call result, both in message and understanding. What does that help you with? Meetings, perhaps future connections, talking to the person again, building on a previous conversation, all of those things. Strategy number 4, what can you do with this? Track and measure the ratios and the results that you are achieving when you're making the telephone calls. Now, track and measure means the number of outbound calls, the number of meetings. You simply track those numbers, and you can do that quite easily. You can even do that through getting a simple series of cups or containers where you can move paper clips from one cup to the next. Put 50 paper clips in one cup and move a paper clip to the next cup simply as you make your calls. It's a way in which you can track the number of calls that you put out every day. Let's go further. Over time, the ratios should improve. They will improve because you're practicing. The number of calls to track includes calls out, meetings created, and listings generated. So what's the numbers like? You can make probably 50 calls a day There are easy ways to do that, particularly the business community, the business telephone book, the yellow pages. From that, you should be able to create 2 meetings each day, and from that, you should be able to create at least 1 listing per week. With some clients and prospects, it will take about 3 or 4 telephone calls to create a meeting, so be prepared to go back to the same people again. Converse, call them, understand what they're doing, see if things have changed. On that basis, you'll need to be very organised, of course, and support the contact process with a database, software program, or some sort of spreadsheet that you complete as you proceed. So you're making lots of calls. That's why you need something to keep you on track, to understand what was said last time and how you can move that conversation next forward in a positive way. Finally, reaching out to new people through cold calling and door knocking is a relatively easy process when you establish your system and build your skills. From these 4 steps, these simple processes, you'll find the momentum that you want and the skill development that you need in cold calling. You simply want to connect with new people. That's how commercial real estate works. They may not have a need or an interest today. They may not need your services today, but you do want to connect with them if you can. You want to know plenty of people. You want to be there so they remember you when the time comes when they have a property need, be it as a tenant, a business, an investor, a landlord, whatever. Understand the people, their needs, and be there for them when they need you. And you want them to remember you. How do you achieve that? Through calls, through meetings, through emails, constant contact. So that's the program today. It was all about cold calling. So this is John Hyman, and thank you for listening. Of course, in this particular program, we were covering off on the choices and the actions that you can take in cold calling today. And of course, you can take progress from that. Listen to the program a few times. Opportunity will be there. Opportunity will be there for you. Whilst you're at this YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you can get the next program and others that we load online. The website to contact us is commercial-realestate-training.com, and join the community at the website. The community is free, and we send out plenty of information relating to sales, leasing and property management around the world. Till next time, this is John Hyman signing off for now. Catch you soon.